After we accept the full tragedy of climate change, what do we have left? Most people I meet sense that life is meaningful. Belief in a future is one way we look for such meaning. A future for ourselves and our family, our community, country, and the planet. It's why it's so difficult to accept where we are today. What future can we believe in now? And if that isn't possible, where can we find meaning? I left my job as a professor and came to Bali to sink into those questions and to grieve. I grieved for my lost years, lost to compromise. I grieved the loss of my identity. I grieved how I may not grow old. I grieved for those closest to me and the fear and pain that they may feel as things break down. And I grieve for all humanity, and especially the young. Within this despair, something else happened. My long-held defenses began to melt away. I was opening up. Most Balinese seem so at ease with their life. In the temples in every household, children play at the symbolic graves of their grandparents. That's not like our modern societies, where we seem to hide death away. Could feeling the impermanence of everything be an invitation to experience life more fully? I was drawn to connect more to myself, to others, and to nature. Breathwork, dance, fasting, improv theatre, chanting, circling, and guided meditations. I was opening to beauty and spontaneity, to connect without expectation, to create without certainty, and to welcome what's transcendent into my life. I see now that love can be the anchor during waves of anxiety, sadness, and grief. I was reminded of how my friend with terminal cancer experiences more gratitude and wonder, and how our last meeting was more beautiful due to the ending ahead. Awareness of the finite amount of time we have on this earth gives more power to the choices we make. So what of our future? My vision is of a world where more of us are open to curious, kind and joyful connection with all life. My hope is we will discuss ideas without a want to prove ourselves right, because there will be tough decisions ahead, but we can make universal love our compass as we enter an entirely new physical and psychological terrain.
To let myself go, to let myself flow, is the only way of being. There's no use telling me, there's no use taking a step back from me.
And so I was ready to engage with my profession again, but with a faith to express my truth, however difficult. Opening a conference at the United Nations, there really was only one thing for me to say. We now know that many self-reinforcing feedbacks have begun to further warm our planet, threatening to take the future out of our hands. So if we don't wake up from our delusions of what is really pragmatic and appropriate, then shame on us. It's our intention for creating things that needs to more often arise out of love for each other and for creation. The technology we really seek now is love. Climate change is now a planetary emergency posing an existential threat to humanity. So the artist who created this incredible ceiling, Bartolo, when he was asked what inspired him to create this ceiling, he spoke of a mirage he saw in the Sahel, where he saw the animals, the trees and people somehow melting into the sky. And I'm wondering, is this some kind of dramatic metaphor for us here in the Human Rights Room of the UN about the terrible possibilities of what climate chaos could do to our planet and the human race? Feeling our pain at the ongoing destruction of life, we may find relief in the idea of a divine force beyond this time and place. But if doing so, let's not withdraw from our fellow humanity. Climate chaos invites our loving immersion with life as we find it. We can rise into, not above, these times.
The Earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The Earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in.
We may grieve the loss of life and feel despair or anger at how this happened. But whenever it comes, human extinction would not be the end of consciousness or the cosmic story. There is no way to escape despair, but there is a way through despair. It is to love more than we fear death. So ours is not a time to curl up or turn away. It's a time to dance like we've never danced before.
To let myself flow is the only way of being. There's no use telling me, there's no use taking a step back,